Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Thurbers. This is gonna be a good one. I guarantee it's gonna be a good one because Pauli is making some chili, but it's not your boring grandma's chili. It is some good stuff made by the Barbecue Pit Boys. That's whose recipe Pauli is poaching today. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time talking to you guys because I know he is busy. He's in the kitchen, he's getting ready for this one. Let's roll it. Hey, what's up friends? It's me, it's Pauli. I'm in the kitchen and I am so stoked to make the Barbecue Pit Boys chili. I am poaching it tonight. Now let me tell you how I got to where we are today. Every time I went to YouTube and I googled up venison chili, these guys always popped right up to the top, and well deserved. I'm gonna feel like an ice skating coach or a referee or whatever you call those judges, ice skating judge. But anyway, their creativity was awesome, their filming was awesome. The recipe itself was very unique. I've never had chili like this, so I am excited about the Barbecue Pit Boys venison chili recipe, and as always I will link it down below for you guys to check out. But let's get started. I'm going to make it, I'm going to review it, I'm going to do a few things different. Just because I have to cook indoors and they were outdoors, so we'll lay that out along the way. Let's get started. Enough of me chatting. Okay, this isn't going to be your usual chili. I have an onion, 3 jalapenos, some garlic, parsley. This is the same parsley I use with Scott Bonner's venison burger recipe. It is starting to turn, but I think it's okay still. We have some beans, obviously optional if you don't like beans. Some tomato paste, diced tomatoes. I have a couple cans of that. We may only use one, I don't know. This is a Barbecue Pit Boys staple for their venison recipe, I think. If not, it just makes it more fun. It's some IPA beer. I think they use something a little different, but beer nonetheless. Some beef broth, that's different in chili. Crushed red pepper. Cumin, have you guys ever put cumin in a chili recipe? Not me. Over here we have some cayenne pepper, heated up a little bit, some Mexican chili powder, I guess that's Mexican, who knows, Italian seasoning. They use oregano, we're using Italian seasoning, they said you can do that, so let's talk about the meats. A little bacon, add a little fat to our venison. I don't know how much of that I'm going to put in. You know, maybe we'll start out with 6 slices. Maybe we'll add a little bit more. Some hot country sausage. And of course, about 1 pound of venison. So we'll see if we can get all this in the crock pot. So what made the Barbecue Pit Boys recipe so cool is they made theirs on an open fire using one of these. If you don't know what that is, it's a cast iron Dutch oven. We are not going to do that today, but this thing's cool. It kind of brings back memories. The last time I used this, I think I was in Boy Scouts, so I'm 50 years old now. I don't think it's been used since then. We are going to use a ceramic Dutch oven. So I'm just going to go for it and put this whole package of bacon in. We'll see what happens. Okay, our bacon's been cooking for a while, and I want it to be, let's see if I can get some of this out, about like that. Like, not crisp, but like al dente crisp. So what I'm going to do is take all this out, and I'm going to put it in the freezer. The reason for that is I want it to get stiff so that I can break it up into smaller pieces a lot easier. Okay, so the Barbecue Pit Boys used sausage in cases, and they just opened up the cases and pulled it out. And his reasoning was it's a little cheaper that way. But I found this, it was like $3 for one of these packs. Let's see if I can find the camera here. So I just went with this. So we're gonna put it in our bacon grease and just build up another layer of meat. I'll cook this for just a minute, then we'll put our venison in. You guys have any funny venison stories? Like venison failures? I'm going to tell you one. I was a kid, I was about 10 years old, and my neighbor, he was very, very proud of his dad. And his dad was not a deer hunter, but a truck driver. And somebody must have hit a deer one night, and he brought it home, and he had it all skinned out in the garage. And we went to the school bus in the morning, and he was very proud of it. This deer his dad had skinned out, so we all went in the garage, and we were like, whoa. Well, anyway, a few days later, or whenever it was, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I'm 50 now. He was making deer burgers, and my friend, he was like all proud of his dad. He's like, my dad's making deer burgers. So we all went out to the grill and we watched this, right? And people talk about hamburgers looking like hockey pucks. These things looked like hockey pucks. I mean, they were the same size, maybe a little bit more mounded up on top, but the same shade of black when he was done, because nothing added to it, just plain deer burger, and they were black. And he walked into the house with those, and everybody's all happy. And I didn't know any better back then, but I laugh about it now because I wish I was in that house to watch him eat those. Diced tomatoes, kidney beans. Again, if you don't like kidney beans, don't put them in. A little beef broth. I'm gonna put about half of this in. Let's add some more things. I have some cayenne pepper here. I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of that in. There's that cumin again we talked about earlier. I'm very curious what this is gonna do. I love crushed red pepper. So I'm gonna put maybe a tablespoon and a half of that in. Then our Italian seasoning, tablespoon of that. It would not be chili without some chili powder. I don't know if that's Mexican or not. And we'll put a tablespoon of that in. We'll see how that works. And don't forget that beer. This is an IPA. It's just something I picked up. Do you guys think that beer or alcohol makes a difference in recipes? Or is it just for fun? The Barbecue Pit Boys put like a cup of beer in theirs, which means they get to drink the rest, right? So hey, let's do the same. Ooh, that's foaming up. Hey, this smells really good. Lid on, we'll let that simmer for a while we work on the vegetables. That's the Magic Ginsu Knife. Get yours, link in the description below. Only $19.95. But wait, order now and you'll get a second one for only separate processing and handling. All right, none of that's true. Okay, so everything is chopped and ready to go. I'm just going to put about this amount in each. Believe it or not, I can smell that venison through all this. It doesn't smell gamey, it just smells like venison, which I think is a good thing. Okay, so a quick stir. I'm going to go ahead and crunch up my bacon, throw it in. I'll do that off camera. And then we're going to let this simmer for a while. I'm going to taste it, add a little bit more spices or whatever I think it needs. And then we have to let this go for a couple hours and let it just meld together like a good chili would. I think the hardest part about cooking and making YouTube videos when you are the sole cameraman, producer, director, talent, is moving the camera with greasy fingers. Where are my fingers? There they are. See all that grease on there? I keep having to wipe them off with a paper towel to move the camera. So the Barbecue Pit Boys put some tomato paste in to thicken things up a little bit. Oh, that's gonna be good. Pauli, is that about done? We're hungry. Hey, what's up? It's me, Shooter Steve. In the next episode, I'll be back with the Encore handgun, trying to get these Nosler ballistic tips to shoot straight. All right, so here we go. I let this simmer for about 2 hours here on the stove. It looks good. It smells great. I think the Barbecue Pit Boys have hit this out of the park, but let's try it. Let's try it. Let's give our review. Man, look at that nice big piece of bacon. Woo! Thought I had it all chopped up, but not that piece. Oh my goodness. That is simply delicious. It is spicy though. If you don't like spice, dial it back a little bit. Hey, that's all from me. This stuff's great. Thanks Barbecue Pit Boys for letting me poach a recipe. I will see you guys next time. I'm out.